I got flour. I got flour and I got tomatoes. We're making spaghetti.
No, that's not. I guess you could, right? Flour. Yeah, you could.
Different show.
Different show.
Different show. Okay, today we're gonna make pizza, and Andrew's gonna show us his awesome tomato sauce.
I wouldn't say it's awesome. I'm just saying it's homemade.
It's awesome.
And it's so good.
I want to show you how easy it is to make pizza dough. Now, when you make pizza dough, you have to go through all the steps of the baking process, and you have to let the dough rest and anything like that. I have developed a recipe that is super easy that you can make with just the mixture. You're gonna mix it until it comes together. The gluten is not gonna be fully developed. You're just gonna let it bench rest for half an hour, and it's good to go. If you're making this pizza dough to use at a later day, just mix it, scale it to whatever weight you want, put it in the fridge, and you're good to go.
Good to go. How long does it stay in the fridge? How long can you keep it in the fridge?
And the fridge at least 2 days.
Okay.
It doesn't have that much yeast in there. After that, just freeze it, and
Right.
then when you defrost, it's gonna be good to go.
Cool.
Hold on, I need my attachment. I forgot my attachment.
You have an attachment?
I attached my brain somewhere, and that's the wrong attachment. I need the white one, the white one.
Which
there
one?
There it is.
This one?
But see, the difference, it's...
What, one's curly, one's not? They're both curly.
This one goes to this. Okay, so we're gonna do a pizza dough that has 75% water.
Okay. Ooh.
So we're gonna put the recipe online, but it's 1,500 grams of water, room temp. We're gonna add salt.
1,500 grams.
Yes, I'm sorry, I think metric. The olive oil, the salt, and now today I love to use this yeast. It's called instant yeast. You don't need to let it bloom. You just add it into your mix, and you don't need to activate it with water.
What's our normal ratio? If we were making just one little thing of it, what would our ratio be?
Not too much like this one.
Not too much.
I think I got the...
That's an official ratio from Chef Carlo. Not too much.
But what do you mean the ratio for what?
Well, I mean to water to flour.
The way I do it is metric, and what I do
That's
is...
okay. That's okay. You can do metric.
And what I do is I do 70% water. If you're gonna make a New York style pizza, you wanna use a 60% water. That means you wanna go 100% flour and 60% water.
Okay.
Let's see if I don't make a mess here.
Yes. Wait, are you taking bets?
Oh no, it's gonna be a mess. It's okay, we're gonna change the bowl. See what happens when you got the wrong thing? It's gonna be okay. So if you're gonna make like a New York style pizza, you wanna go about 50% water, 60% water.
Okay.
If you're gonna make a dough that is being mixed the same day, you want to go about 70 to 75% water. That way there's not that much gluten formation.
Okay.
This is the good thing about being here.
Yes, we're in the kitchen now, so we can actually
We don't have to stop the
make
show.
these quick changes.
We don't have to stop the show and go like live and oh my God, what did we do? We can make it happen right here. Look at this. Teamwork, teamwork. Well, would you look at that? Teamwork.
Oh, we're not gonna make a mess now.
No, we're not. So I want to go easily 70% water. So I use the metric system because it's very simple to go from, if I start with 1,000 grams or 1 kilogram of flour, then if I want to add 65% of water, I just move a couple of decimals and I know I have to add 650 grams of water if I want 65% water.
It just sounds too easy.
It is too easy.
If only there was a measurement system that was easy.
Oh my God. Probably we should try the metric system one day.
Oh, we should. I kind of agree with that, but...
Okay, so all ingredients in. Good switch, guys. And gonna start on first speed.
The first speed.
First speed is
Now,
the
I've
first
got
speed.
one of these at the house, not the commercial version, but I got one, so I might have to start doing this.
Well,
with my
this is
pizza.
the one that I had before is the regular version.
Yeah, that's what I have at the house right there.
Now, funny note, this guy's, it's the second round of mixers that we have.
Oh yeah?
The ones
They burned them out, huh?
The ones that I had first, it was a household one.
Right.
It has lasted longer than the commercial ones.
Is it because the students are using the commercial a little more often?
You know what? I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to talk bad about the mixer.
So my question is, I have tried this at the house, making bread dough or pizza dough on my handy dandy mixer here, right? And every time I use the bread hook, my dough starts creeping up, like
that means you have mixed it too long.
Okay.
And the gluten is developing so much they're starting to coil up and go up the
of the dough hook.
Oh, the dough hook. Yes.
Okay. Do you oil your dough hook at all, or you just leave it straight up? It's working.
As you can see, it's doing pretty fine. So we're gonna let this mix for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
And adjustments. There's sometimes that there's really hot, humid days. You have to put a little bit more flour. There's days that there's winter, you have to add a little. We're live, baby. No, I don't oil my dough hook, and it's completely fine.
But there are days it's humid and what?
There's days that you have to add, there's some days that you have to add more water.
Okay.
Because there's like winter, it's really dry. And some days like today is really humid.
Add a little more
add just
flour.
a little, like a touch of flour in there.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is my side of the deal. This is gonna mix for about 10 minutes. What you got going on there?
Well, what I usually do is get the keys to my car
and
drive to the store and buy a bottle of pizza sauce.
Okay, what brand?
I don't actually do that. Actually, since I've learned how to make my own pizza sauce, I actually stay at home.
And why is that?
Because it tastes better.
Simple.
It's simple.
It tastes so much better. So
essentially,
show the people how it's done.
Now, if you remember the show from a couple weeks ago, we did the concasse, right? Which is getting rid of the skin
and the seeds.
And then usually chopping them up. But however, we didn't chop these up because we're gonna mix them all together. What I like to do is I like to have a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, some water, some garlic, onion, some industrial-sized oregano. You can never have enough oregano.
That's how we buy it here in the kitchen because we use a lot of it.
And I like a little bit of thyme in mine, just a little bit of thyme.
A little bit of thyme in your
Just
hands?
a little bit, not a whole lot.
Good.
And that's it. I mean, that's how simple it is. Because I got my garlic, I got my onions, I got my tomatoes, I got my oregano, and I'm happy.
And what else?
And some water.
What about some salt?
Well, I already said salt.
What about some pepper?
I already said pepper.
And then I'm gonna step aside and let you do your thing.
All right, here we go.
Okay, now, do you do this in a blender? Do you do this in a food processor? How do you do it at home?
Chef, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, please.
Because normally I use my normal immersion blender, just kind of going in there. However, since we're in the culinary kitchen, I choose the immersion blender 7000.
That is
the only
big.
Immersion blender. When you're going to war with tomatoes, you have to have the immersion blender 7000.
That is big.
That's a big immersion blender.
That is really big.
It's actually very scary.
Okay, so the immersion blender, the way it works almost like a blender. A blender, you will have, where is my blender vase? It was right here. Not the vase. It's okay. So the way that the blender works is you have a vase and a blade in the bottom. Whatever the ingredients you put in there is gonna spin right there. This is the other way around. So let's say you're making 3 gallons of soup. Instead of just putting the soup into the blender, blending and put it in another container, you will stick it inside of the container and it will blend the whole soup for you, saving a bunch of steps in the kitchen and saving a lot of things to clean.
Absolutely, very, very simple. It's great for smoothies.
So
I've got quite a few tomatoes. Now, if you're making this at home, you're only making one pizza. You probably have a little bit less.
So you have about, I think those are 2 pounds of tomatoes.
Yeah, about 2 pounds of tomatoes, and with that, I put about a quarter to a half of an onion, chopped onion.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of garlic.
Is that my cologne?
That's your cologne.
Oh my God.
De garlic.
How
I say garlic in Italian.
Aglio. Aglio.
That's not fun. Garlic.
Aglio.
Okay, so 2 tablespoons of garlic.
Wait. What about when you make pasta with garlic and oil? Pasta aglio olio.
Too many vowels for me. I need more consonants.
And actually, it's A-G-L-I-O.
But the O is silent?
The G silent. Aglio. Not the O. Otherwise, it'll be ugly. Ugly. You can also use fresh herbs for this.
Yes, absolutely. If you can, especially if you have that basil bush that's going crazy, like
That
I
we have
do.
at the
I've
back.
got one too. It's going. So
But
I
you
like
know
to add a
what?
little basil.
I like to use dry herbs for this because year-round is consistent. A tablespoon of dry herbs of basil today, it's gonna have the same pungency, consistency 2 weeks from now. Now it's the summer, we have herbs, it's great, but some of the times we might not have basil available or oregano. So it's okay to use dry herbs. Don't be
Right.
discouraged.
And so I did about 2 tablespoons of dry oregano. I'm gonna be.
That's a lot of time.
Hang on. Where's the drum? I'm gonna
Alright.
use about half a tablespoon of thyme because I don't like a whole lot of thyme, but just a little bit of thyme because we don't have
Whole
thyme.
lot of time.
Yes. Now, we add just a little bit of water. Now, it's going to depend on how wet or dry you like your tomato sauce.
So do we first heat it with the immersion blender and then add the water, or first add the water, then hit it with the immersion
I'm going to
blender?
add just a hair bit of water just so I've got something for everything to stir in, and then I'm going to add water until I'm happy.
Roll it, happy
How about
guy.
that?
Roll it.
So I'm going to add a little bit of water.
I'll sit here and watch.
All right. Now, with the Immersion Blender 7000, make sure you have the ammunition loaded in the back. It's got
Okay.
a two button.
Explain how to use
It's got
it.
a
They don't
two-button
know.
push system. We have one trigger, and then we also have the cocking mechanism right here. So we're going to push, and we're going to do this. And now we're ready. And I'm very scared, actually. Here we go. Thank you, Chef.
You're welcome.
Yeah, baby.
Smells
That's right
good.
in my face.
It's okay, we're working. Look at that. Nice movement. How thin do we want it?
Right about there. I like a little bit of chunk in there.
Okay, here's a good thing. Twist that one now.
This right here.
Yeah, towards you. Twist it.
Wait for me. Aha.
That goes into the dishwasher.
The Immersion Blender 7000.
Oh, I love that thing.
Have I
Trust
got
me.
pizza sauce on my face? I think I do. All right. So, Chef, there you go.
Wow. Okay, so I usually use
But I like to heat mine up.
crushed tomatoes.
Okay.
Now, if I put vodka in there, does it make it like a bloody
Yes.
sauce? Maybe a little Tabasco there, a
is
little bit
really
of
good.
vodka, and
So fresh. What you
Wow.
think? A little more salt?
vodka.
Vodka pizza?
But no, vodka and ice,
Yeah. Bloody Mary mix?
Tabasco. I'm good.
Good to go?
That's really good because I do the same process, but I use crushed tomatoes. I just open the can of crushed tomatoes, season it, and put on my pizza. Now, are you gonna cook the sauce or leave it as is?
No, I would like to, if you'll, let's get a pan. I like to just heat it up and try and marry some of the flavors together.
You're gonna marry, like we need Ave Maria.
Yep, we're gonna make the flavors marry together.
Of course, we're gonna let you marry
As
the
he
flavors.
leaves me. Hi. How are y'all?
We have all the pots and the pans that you might want.
There
so,
we are.
So basically, but crushed tomatoes are also raw. Not really. Crushed tomatoes have been basically sprayed with steam to peel the outside and process further a little bit. So at that moment, they're kind of cooked, so they're not 100% raw. So what he's doing here is just gonna heat it up a little bit. To me, I could have just gotten that thing and just have fun and have with some vodka like that. So
How do I turn on your awesomeness stove here? Oh, that's what it took? Just
you
let it alone?
just turn it, and that's it. Okay, dough is ready. It's gonna be a really sticky dough because we're not trying to develop a lot of gluten in there. It's gonna be patient with this dough. It's sticky. You might want to really flour the surface that you're gonna be working with.
What are we looking for, Chef? Oh, flour? Sorry.
Flour. No, you didn't know it was there. So,
I will say this, when you do this at home, make sure that you clean your counters before you do this.
of course, this has been sanitized. If you have animals and cats and stuff like that.
If you have
it's
big
like-
black labs like I do, you make sure it's free of all the hair.
Of labs.
Yeah, free of, get him out of the kitchen completely. Because no one likes the big black lab hair in pizza.
And this is why we started this videos and these shows, because I was trying to show videos to my students on how to make pizza, how to make this, and there was people like shirtless in the back of their house with cats and dogs roaming, trying to make consomme or teaching how to make knife cuts using empty Crisco containers as bowls. So we come a little bit of a long way. Good. So as you can see, the dough is nice, it's sticky. So what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna scale it. So you're gonna make the pizza in a sheet pan, right?
I was going to do a sheet pan.
Okay, so how much dough do you need?
A half, not a full sheet pan, a half hotel pan.
Oh,
Half it.
okay.
Well, hang on.
Okay, but how much
We're
do
in
you
the
need?
kitchen, so I get to run over here.
So you're gonna need about easily a pound of dough. I'm gonna make mine for the next show. I'm gonna make it in a cast iron pan to show you the difference of using just a regular pan and a cast iron pan.
I'm excited about that. I didn't know that you could make pizza in a cast iron skillet.
You can make pizza inside of a coffee can if you want to.
Isaac says you can make pizza inside of a car.
Window seal slot, put it up there.
Okay. So
Not practical.
Isaac says it's not practical.
Not practical.
Probably not.
no practical at all. Not in the car. I don't know if it is like allowed.
Car pizza.
Car
Pizza with that fresh new car smell.
pizza with a car. Okay, so you're gonna get
About that. Yeah, that's
a
good.
nice.
You get a pound, you get a pound, and you,
get
get a pound.
you get a pound. Everybody gets a pound. This is the Andrew and Carlo show live from Chicago. So yours is gonna be great if we go. Oh yeah, we let it rest. Spread it.
Yep.
Perfect. So yours is about 750 grams.
Okay.
That's when you say, "Come on, man, grams."
No. I think I'm going to actually start counting. As long as we've been doing this show, he keeps mentioning the metric system, and it actually makes a lot more sense, especially when you're dealing with ratios.
Especially with, I try to teach my students ratios, and ratios is what stick the most with me,
And their heads went,
and they almost exploded.
damn.
So we're gonna give it a half round to the dough. We're gonna let it rest, and at this point, you can freeze your dough. I will let it rest for about half an hour, and then use it at will.
Okay.
It's really sticky, doesn't have a lot of gluten, but if you have a stone pizza oven, this is the amount of water that you might want to have in that dough, because it is going to, the brick oven is about 700 degrees. You need to have a wet dough to be able to withstand that, that heat in there. And the rest, I'm gonna show you how to do it in a cast iron pan. We're gonna defrost it, freeze it, keep it nice, and that's it. This is your pizza dough ready to go.
All right.
And we're gonna let it rest. And
Yeah, we're let it rest.
that was a quick show.
And I got, I'm going to
done.
continue to,
So how long do you let your pizza, your sauce?
low simmer for maybe about 20 minutes. Just long enough to, kind of like making your own barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Long enough to get everything nice and married together.
Also, this is it, guys. I will post the recipe. I can hear somebody asking, how do we put this away if you use it the same day?
Good
No problem.
question.
I'll show you right now. So
Or how do we prep it for freezing?
For freezing, I will just do exactly like this.
Okay.
Because if you freeze it in a plastic bag, it will stick to the plastic bag.
Right.
So for freezing,
But
I will
But chef, my freezer is not that big.
then use a tiny, tiny thing.
You could actually put it in on a plate.
You put a plate, oh, better than that, you can put it in a container just like the garlic. Like the garlic.
Oh, like the girl. You can put it in a pitcher where you can pour.
Like here, like the garlic container, you can put it in there, put a lid on, and put it in the freezer.
There you go. All right. I have put mine in a bowl. I will drizzle just a hair bit of olive oil.
Oh, okay.
I'll put like just a little bit of olive oil in there, and then I'll put it in there, and then I'll cover it.
Oh, that
And then
too.
when I pull it out, it's ready to go. So.
Very nice. Alrighty. So basically, this is your finished dough. Set it in there,
Ready to go.
and I would use a little bit more flour on the top. You can put another sheet pan on top of it, or surround wrap, and it's gonna wrap, and it's gonna be nice and ready to go.
Good to go.
Yes.
Well, there we go.
So this is a high water, use the same day pizza dough. Can you play with other flours? Absolutely. You can go half whole wheat, half regular flour, and try different flours. But regular wheat flour will do the trick. Well, thank you for watching, guys. Follow us. Next time we'll make the pizza. I'll show you how to do it in a cast iron pan.
I'm excited.
And-
We're gonna bake pizza in this thing.
I know, it's gonna be fun.
Are you gonna cheat and put it in the oven?
Well, it goes in the oven.
Oh, I thought you actually were gonna do it on the stove.
No.
Well, no, I am no longer excited.
Oh, are you asking me for a challenge to make it there? I will make it there. I will make pizza on the stovetop, and I will make pizza in the oven.
Challenge.
Accepted.
Challenge accepted.
We will make 2 kinds of pizza. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Well, I will accept his challenge.
The challenge is on. Tune in next week where we find out if Chef Carlo can really make pizza on top of the stove
I will make it.
in an iron skillet.
Accepted. Thank you,
guys.
guys. See ya.